and Meghan's Netflix stream burst into a bubble as it's the most expensive press release. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Netflix stream was ripped apart by a commentator, who claimed the couple had so far just delivered the world's most expensive press release. The couple made the landmark decision last year to leave their royal life behind and set up home across to the pond in a bid to live a financially independent life away from the monarchy. Since then they have spent a fortune on a host of new luxuries, such as a mansion in Montecito, an exclusive beachside neighborhood around 2 hours' drive north of Los Angeles. While they have managed to secure a string of lucrative deals with platforms such as Netflix and Spotify, Harry spoke out in March to Oprah Winfrey about how he was financially cut off from his family. This prompted a response from Prince Charles' spokesperson, who said, when the Clarence House financial accounts for the year were released in June, that the Sussexes received a substantial sum on their exit and that they were funded up to the summer of 2020. But commentators are questioning how happy bosses at the Netflix and Spotify could be after only a handful of content plans had been confirmed. These include Daniela Elza, who ripped apart the deal in a scathing piece for news.au.com. She wrote in June, while on one hand TV and feature-length projects take years to get to the screen, on the other, what has Netflix really gotten so far for their estimated $133 million investment in the Duke and Duchess? Sure, their signing was a huge publicity coup, but so far all the streaming giant has gotten for their 9-figure financial commitment is essentially the world's most expensive press release. Harry and Meghan have a lot to prove, and fast, because they are fighting against the clock here. The two Netflix projects include one by Meghan, who will be producing an animated series called Pearl. Meanwhile, Harry's contribution will include a documentary on the Invictus Games, the sports competition for wounded ex-servicemen and women. But as the deal was signed nearly a year ago, Ms. Elza argued that Netflix could be expecting a bit more from their more than £100 million investment in the couple. She added, when the Sussexes do start unveiling their slate of TV and podcasting projects, they will get one shot, that is, one chance to impress audiences and make their mark either in terms of steaming figures or critical plaudits. When the novelty and the luster of working with members of the royal family wears off, if they don't have streaming counts or a clutch of awards to show for themselves, then will their contracts be renewed? Essentially, they will have a brief window to prove they are worth the hundreds of millions that corporate behemoths have bet on them. No pressure now or anything. The fact is, even billion-dollar companies can't afford to keep plowing truckloads of cash into two very, very famous contractors if they do not prove to be a sound investment. Meghan Markle's 40 by 40 initiative, unveiled during her birthday video last week, is a misguided attempt to demonstrate her compassion, which is more likely to a means of bolstering her brand, a royal expert has claimed. In the brief clip posted on she and Prince Harry's Archie website, Meghan revealed that she had persuaded 40 friends, including athletes, artists, and world leaders, to contribute 40 minutes of mentorship to support women re-entering the workforce. Despite the initiative receiving public support from a number of celebrities and Princess Eugenie, Jonathan Saccardotti, a regular commentator on Sky News as well as a contributor to The Spectator, was unconvinced. He told Express.co.uk, I think there are various approaches for the uber-wealthy, or privileged to help others in life. It's obviously a problem that I think one has when one has a great deal of wealth or privilege. He explained, we see people like Jeff Bezos, for example, and Bill Gates and others who are exceptionally wealthy as a result of commerce or business activity that they've engaged in, often having made it from zero, but not always. And I think that they have come up with ideas like giving away most of their actual financial wealth. When you look at people like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they've made this commitment, this pledge that they will give up that much of their wealth, and even Lord Ashcroft in the UK has signed on to that. Many people with large amounts of cash had decided they needed to take steps to redress the balance by giving away most of their actual wealth in their lifetimes, Mr. Saccardotti said. He added, now I think that the approach being taken by Meghan and Harry doesn't seem to be that one, because they talk quite openly about wanting more money.